Face conversation with Lukaku about his future. There are rumours in Italy that Juventus are interested in the striker. He's been linked to Saudi Arabia as well. And of course, the ongoing links into Milan. How does this all end?
I would think, and Stevie can help us on this, if a manager really wants to keep a player, you can convince him to stay. You can have that face-to-face discussion when you say, listen, this is how we're going to play and I want you here and I'm going to build the run and I'm going to do this and that. If he wants to keep Lukaku, who right now doesn't want to be at Chelsea next season, I'm sure he can. We've seen this before. So it will all depend on that meeting, but with the two of them. If Poch is a bit like, I'm not sure, what is your mindset? What do you want to do? Lukaku is going to say, hang on, I don't want to be here. Send me back to Inter. I'm very happy there. I know the coach really well. I know the team, the squad, the way we play. I'm used to it. I want to be there and not here. If Poch, on the other hand, is on the front foot and say, I need you here, I want this, and show some love, then I think Lukaku can say, okay, now I'm buying into this project. I want to stay and work with you, Maurizio. So it'd be very important. But the thing is, right now, we don't really know what Poch wants to do with him. On paper, Lukaku doesn't look like a Pochettino striker, really, if you think of the strikers that he had before. But maybe he feels like he's not going to get any better striker than him, so may as well keep him at the club.
Well, it's one of two conversations. You either kiss his backside for the amount of time that you're sitting having the meeting.
Right.
And I get the impression that Lukaku is the type of character who will, I'm not going to say fall for that, but who will like to hear that, and it might persuade him. The other conversation has to be, look, I don't have a place for you, and I will do everything I can to move you on and let you get on with your career. That's the only two conversations, because the middle conversation of, well, let's see what happens, isn't going to work.
Okay.
It isn't going to work. It doesn't work. So it's one of the two. Personally, I think it's going to be the second one. It's going to be, look, it just hasn't worked for you here. I don't think it's going to work for you under me, and I'll do what I can to let you go.
If he wasn't happy the first time, well, not the first time he was there was when he was a young boy. But if he wasn't happy a year or so ago, when they signed him for big money, what's going to change?
Yeah.
Nothing. And you've got an unhappy player. As much as you tell him about, oh, I'm going to do this with you, I'm going to do that with you, he doesn't really want to be there. And not only in his mind, that's his thought process, which, by the way, certainly hampered him from performing under Thomas Tuchel. But not only that, there's 40 to 50,000 that are there every second week that also know and knew that he didn't want to be there and wanted to be somewhere else. So he's got the pressure, if he comes back, of not only performing for his manager and his team, but trying to win over these punters who clearly know he's got no real interest in being there. So that's a double hurdle to get over for him. And I just don't see him do it. Well, anyway, the other thing is, I don't think he's good enough for what they need.
Right.
Right.
That's the bottom line, isn't it?
This is the bottom line here. If Chelsea want to be back amongst the elite, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, whoever it is at the top, and the Champions League, it's not Romelu Lukaku. So if that's where he's dealing his cards, Maurizio Pochettino, he's screwed anyway. Lukaku has got a ceiling, and that ceiling for him is going to Italy, where he scored goals, right?
Not many last season, though, to be fair, either.
No. Well, was it 14? I thought he looked overweight last year. Even going back there, he didn't play all the time. I didn't think he looked particularly fit. Even in the Champions League final and the semi-final, he's coming off the bench. Even the ownership the owner at Inter had a pop at him halfway through the year at Inter about his fitness, and that's the club he's supposed to be really happy to be at. So, no, I don't see it. Now, business-wise, he might have to come back. I don't know, but I don't sense Pochettino's going to have him near the first team. A, the punters don't want him, and B, I don't think he's good enough for what they need.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.